Hey Fix, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. The name is Thandi Effect, and as you can tell from the title down below, I will be talking about some of the things that you should consider before having a child. Baby pearl, let's get into it. Let's get into this fun time. I wrote these down because I do not want to leave anything out. These are some of the things that I have lamented on and I've been actively thinking about now that I have a child, and I hope you find these very useful. I want you to understand that there's no days off. If you're going to have a kid, it doesn't matter if you're ill, if your mental health is in pieces, none of that. It's that one job that is 24/7, 365. Like you are going to be all hands on and on the job all the time. So just keep that in mind. If you know that your mental health is not up to par for that, baby, take your time. It's okay. Don't rush. Actually, there can be many factors. That was actually very ignorant of me to say don't rush, because especially with women and fertility, the older you get, biology clock and all of that. But you get what I mean. Like, if you feel that I cannot do this, it's okay, babe. Don't feel pressure. That's what I'm trying to get at. Know when to seek and also be able and ready to accept help. You are not an island. You're not going to be able to do this alone. Sometimes you have no choice but to do it on your own because life happens. Maybe you've lost your partner, or you've just decided that, hey, maybe romantically this is not giving, but we can be healthy co-parents. Like, that's also perfectly okay. Just know that it's okay for you to seek and accept help. Advocate for yourself and for your children. Very, very important. Know to protect your children, because there's some things that you have seen growing up that you're just like, maybe this is not working. I don't want this for my children. Stand up for your child. It's perfectly okay. Protect your child at all costs. You are the parent. That's literally your job. It is a very trying job, like I mentioned. I've had many situations where I'm just like, today life is just too much. I cannot handle it. And you can have other things going on in your life, but because I've got this little bubs that I'm taking care of, I literally have to put that on hold. Be very intentional with your self-care routine, because honey, you're gonna need it. Like I said, it's very, very time consuming. It literally consumes your mind. This is, your whole life. If there's some hobbies that you're just like, I love myself when I'm doing these things, or I love my mental health way it's at when I do these things, stick to it and be very intentional. Make sure that you set some time apart for you to do your self-care routine. And also, it's not weak to cry. Just make sure you don't do that in front of the babies, because trauma for the babies, we don't want that. It's okay to step into the bathroom and just cry it out, baby. I was talking to my friend recently. She's also a new mom. She's like, Thandi, it's okay to cry, babe. Like, the year that you've had, it's a lot. So if you don't want people to hear, cry even in the shower. It's perfectly normal. It's fine. I think it's very, very important to know to speak love into your children, because the power of the tongue, man, the tongue is very, very powerful. Sometimes you can say some of these things that may actually be very damaging to your children. They may grow to resent you and be the exact opposite of whatever hurtful things you may be saying to them, or they actually were not doing that. Sometimes they can lash out because they're trying to, get your attention, or they feel like they're not getting enough love. Children do that. Children are much, much smarter than we actually make them out to be. So when you see situations like that, you as a parent, I think it's good to be emotionally aware and to just be like, hey, maybe let me not say hurtful things. Be firm, but also remember to speak with love, pour love into your children. If you feel like it's getting overwhelming, it's okay to seek help. Get a babysitter, or leave your baby with someone that you trust. Or again, 5-minute bathroom cry. Perfectly okay, baby. Take care of yourself and take care of your mental health. Be mindful and very careful about what you say to others about your children. Sometimes when people cannot get to you, they're going to get to you through your children. So, for example, if every time you see specific friends, it's just like, people don't need to know your business. People don't need to know whatever stuff your child did. Trust me, that friend's child is probably doing way worse, but they don't need to know all that business. Keep it to yourself. Unless, of course, it's someone that you trust and you're trying to get advice, that's perfectly okay. But also be very, I need you to be up here. Okay? Know your people, know who to say certain things to. Again, your tongue is very powerful. So if you say certain language, especially children, they're very impressionable. As they're growing older, they're going to be taking things up from you. You are literally the first teacher before the daycare teacher or the grade school teacher or high school teacher, whatever the case may be. You are the first teacher. So whatever things that you say, if you always using swear words to talk to your children, why are you then being surprised when you're being called at school because your child is swearing at the teachers? They're learning that from home. So be careful about what you say around the kids. Also, please remember that you're doing amazing, sweetie. Like, raising a kid is very, very hard. Of course, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Only to the good mommies, daddies, or whatever it anybody else. Like, not just to anybody, because some people, you're just like, you do not deserve to be a parent. Look at this sweet little kid. Why are you abusing them? You are doing amazing, sweetie. Give yourself grace. And also remember that just as you are different from me as adults, your child is also very different from the next kid. It's very easy for some parents to be like, oh, why are you not more like this kid? It can even happen in the same family that you can find yourself saying things like that. That's very, very damaging to your child's self-esteem. Like, why are you comparing? This baby is different. Maybe they just need more help understanding things. Get down to the level and explain, like, hey, maybe don't throw your dollies at your sister. Don't kick because it does not feel good. It's just as simple as that. Don't yell like, I told you not to kick. Don't do that. Speak with love and kindness always. Help them to understand. I know there's some people that just come to you and they want to give you unsolicited advice because really and truly they just see that maybe struggling a little, or also they just those moms. Typically, it's I don't know. They're just like, oh, but I've got more experience. It's like, I didn't ask though. Yeah, just give them grace and take everything with a grain of salt, and just take whatever advice, just take whatever lesson you can from whatever they may be giving you. What might have worked for them might not necessarily work for you and your kiddo. Please make sure that your energy is right around your kids. Kids are very, very intelligent. I read somewhere there was actually like a elementary school teacher that was talking about, hey, the things that I see with some of these kids, some of them actually just want to hang around class so much because they feel like this is a safe space. And yeah, just remember to be kind. And it was even up all the way to university. Some students would actually come up to the professors and be like, hey, this and this is happening at home and I didn't know where else to go. I just decided to come to you because I felt like you'd have the right answers and you'd be able to help me. So always remember to be kind and literally work through your trauma before you become a parent. This is very, very important. Work through your trauma because your trauma will become your child's trauma, and all these generational curses will be moving down and down the generations, and we don't want that. It's time for us to break this generational curses, baby. Also, to take your time to learn your child's love language. This is very, very important. I'm going to use myself as an example. Physical touch is very, not up there for me, but I've noticed that my daughter, since she was a baby, bro, she loves cuddles only from people that she loves and trusts. So especially when she's ill, she wants those extra cuddles. So just remember that in a situation like that, even if you're just but physical touch is not my thing, because your baby needs that, I think it's okay to just be like, hey, come here, my darling. But also another big thing, know to set boundaries. As a parent, it's okay to set boundaries with your babies. Like, hey, this is a no-no for me, and just talk them through these things, help them understand why it's a no-no. And I guess this can also teach them, like I said, you are the first teacher, so it can also teach them to have boundaries in their own life. Like, hey, this is a no for me, and I'm gonna need you to respect that. And it'll also help them to communicate their feelings even better. I guess it can also just help you build that rapport with your child. Sit down and talk to them. It's perfectly okay. I'm gonna teach y'all something. I don't know if I watched this in a show or I read it somewhere. I would have cited the exact reference, but I don't quite remember where I saw it. But this is called the compliment sandwich. Basically, you know how we do like 2 slices of bread or 3, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to use 2 slices of bread to make it easier. And in the middle, we put our PB&J. We're going to say our PB&J is going to be the bad thing that maybe we want our child to change or to work on, and then the 2 slices of bread will be the 2 compliments. Maybe after eating, your baby did not put away their plates, for example, or your toddler or your child, whatever age they are. You can say something like, I really enjoyed preparing dinner with you and like just setting up the table, but I noticed you didn't put your plates away. Maybe if you could just do that next time. We need to do that because we need to maintain order in the house. You see, we're not bashing our baby, we're just helping them understand that, hey, with this action, there's also repercussions. Like we need to fix this in order for us to maintain order. So you're not necessarily like just hurting their feelings and just like criticizing. And also that just brings me to constructive criticism as well. I think this is a very essential tool, like just knowing how to do it, because we also don't want to raise kids that don't know how to accept a no, because a no is a no. They need to learn to respect other people's boundaries and just to know that no is no. Like you're not raising little terrors. No, 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 absolutely not. Last but definitely not least, I think it is, not even I think, I know it is very important to build your child's self-esteem. This, as a parent, is very, very important. I am going to be practicing it because my toddler is growing. She's learning and growing. And I can see that, you know what? Now this is the big girl league, Thandi. Like, we're doing this. We're really doing this. It's your responsibility to teach your child morals. It's your responsibility to teach your child the ways of this earth and things like that. So it's also your responsibility to build your child's self-esteem. I think this is very important because if your child is confident within themselves, they won't be going out there to look for validation from the wrong places. If they're sure of themselves, they know that, hey, mommy's got my back. If I need something, Pop-Pops or Gigi's got my back. I know that, I'm covered. They won't go out there looking for love in the wrong places because trust and believe they will be abused, because out there, not everybody's got their best intentions at heart. But if they've got that self-confidence, if their self-esteem is high, then you can avoid a lot of things. Anyway, I hope these things have been helpful. Just know that you're gonna be okay. There are many resources out there to help you to grow, to learn. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Just consider these things before having a child. Most definitely, it'll be very helpful to help you with that transition, because knowing how to care for a child, it's going to look differently also when you start having the second kid, the third kid, because those are different kids. And also you as a parent, you're transitioning that, okay, I'm no longer caring for just one baby. It's 2 babies, 3 babies, 4 babies, or however many you want to have. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. And again, let us engage in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. And give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe, and share.